Hi, babes. All right, so two things before we start. A, your girl is tired. B, actually three things. B, I just noticed that I'm literally like always in black when I film these videos. Most of my comfy, cozy sweatshirts are black, so this is what it is. And C is I forgot my notebook downstairs with like all my notes for what I'm going to talk about today, so I'm not going back downstairs. We are just going to go by my memory and see how it goes. Okay, so today is the most awaited topic, most questions that I get on this topic is weight gain during HA. So for me personally, that was the scariest part of my recovery journey. I was so afraid. How much was I going to gain? When was it going to stop? When was my body going to gain enough weight to trust me to start cycling again? And that's the thing. Nobody knew that answer. I didn't know that answer. And that's what made it so hard and so scary to keep going, because you just feel like it's never going to stop. So let's see. The lowest that I've ever been in my life was when I was a senior in high school, and I did get down to 109 pounds, and I'm 5'6". Yeah, so think about that for a second. Not good. Not good at all, not healthy. At the time, I thought it was healthy. At the time, I thought it looked good, but when I look back at pictures, I'm like, oh my God, I was a walking skeleton. Like, no wonder why people were concerned. And then getting into recovery, my highest I ever was 156 pounds. So, and honestly, that's about when and where my weight was when I first ever started cycling. So I guess that was where it needed to get back to. There is set point theory. You do overshoot, which mine was 156, but probably for the past 6 months now, I've been at 134 to 137, and that is comfortable. I feel comfortable with that. It's okay. Obviously right now things are a little different since I'm pregnant. So that's changing. I think I was 141 or 142 last time I checked. I haven't gained much weight in my pregnancy yet. I know it will come, and I know that certain feelings will come along with that, especially when I do have a huge belly that's just uncomfortable and stuff. But I feel like I'm in a much better place to deal with that and can handle it better. So let's see. Yeah, so weight gain was the scariest part. So scary. I was like, people are going to judge me. People are going to think differently of me. I'm not going to be attractive. I won't get a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. All dumb stuff that you shouldn't worry about. I should have been more concerned with my health. So how did I do that? How did I get there? In the beginning, the weight gain was really slow. I just very slowly, like I said, I had to take baby steps. I very slowly started adding in foods that made me anxious, or that I was afraid of, or didn't typically eat, or ruled out and deemed unhealthy. So I started adding in things like some brown rice, a third or a fourth cup with my dinner. I started eating bread, sandwiches and wraps. So I would get those St. Joseph's wraps, and I would make turkey wraps out of that and bring those for lunch, which was much better than what I was eating. Honestly, when I tell you what I was eating, it's gonna be ridiculous. So y'all know I was eating the plain Greek yogurts in high school with nothing. And my days working at the gym, so 3 years at that gym, I would eat bags of frozen vegetables with gravy on them, like red sauce for flavor. And I would maybe add in a hard-boiled egg. And that was my lunch. Yeah. So not a lot of calories there. But I did that for a very long time. So then I started adding the wraps and the Arnold sandwich thins. I would make sandwiches on those. Breakfasts, instead of making my own homemade muffins and only allowing myself to eat one muffin in the morning, I would challenge myself to an English muffin, and I would top maybe one half with almond butter, one side with butter. It was all very gradual. It was very, very gradual. So like I was afraid about putting creamer in my coffee. I was afraid of having too many potatoes. Bagels, forget about it. Bread, forget about it. Desserts, unless it was like a scheduled ice cream date, forget about it. So I just started being more free and open with my food choices. If I was craving it, I would eat it. I wouldn't pack my food to go places. So like when I would go visit my mom, I would not bring everything. I'd be like, okay, stuff's gonna be there. It's okay. Like, you don't need to worry about that. I started using butter. Things that are still scary to me, like if someone asked me to eat a Pop-Tart for lunch, or eat a peanut butter and jelly for lunch, or I don't know, things like that, like that would still give me anxiety. Like I said, I'm recovered, but I'm definitely not 100% healed. I don't think anyone ever is when you come from what I've been through. I think that those thoughts will still always kind of creep back into my head. But like I said, I am much stronger and much more able to deal with them now than I was before. So like I said, I think I said in one video before, I always thought that we would get pregnant by the time I was like 24, because I thought that's what I wanted to do. That was my timeline, my type A, plan everything ahead. But the truth is, if I got pregnant in that mindset that I was still in with HA and like always needing to work out and like not even eating enough to fuel my body to sustain life, let alone workouts, I'd be in a really bad place. I'd be in a super bad place, and so would my baby. So this whole entire journey has taught me to ease up on the reins, let go a little bit, and honestly, it's just do what works for you, okay? So like I said, I've read the book, No Period, Now What? And a lot of people said the best way was to go cold turkey and eat anywhere upwards of 25,000 or 2,500 to 3,000 calories. I was like, what? Coming from a place of a person who eats 800 to 1,200 a day, like, first of all, that sounds like it would give me gastrointestinal issues. Like, that sounds painful, and like I'd be so full and uncomfortable. So honestly, that approach wasn't for me. No, there was no like all in for me. My all in was decreasing my exercise to just walking and body weight workouts, and adding in foods here and there when I felt comfortable enough to, that would typically scare me. So that's the thing, is you have to define your all in. You have to figure out what is going to work for you, that you're going to be able to sustain all throughout your recovery until you see that first period. You can't just, I've tried to compare and base my recovery off of everyone else's, and it didn't work. It didn't work. If anything, it made me frustrated. It made me upset, because I was like, well, why can Sally still do CrossFit and, eat a lot of food, but she still gets to work out like that and I can't? Because you know what? Everybody is different. And I've gotten a lot of messages asking, like, do you still work out? Do you think I can still work out? And like, honestly, you know what? If you feel that attached to it, like you really need it and you can't go without it, chances are you probably should give yourself a break. And honestly, I was the same way. I was like, maybe I can be one of those girls that won't give it up. And I'll be able to get my period back while still working out and just eating more. And honestly, like, I am so happy that I took that break. My body needed that so bad. Like, she was so tired. And like I said, it wasn't until I started eating things like bagels with cream cheese. I'm not saying I did this all the time. I'm just saying that, like, when I wanted it, I allowed myself to have it. But it wasn't until that point when I started eating more and fueling my body and giving it enough calories and resting that I actually saw more results. I kid you not. I was like I did not understand it. I was like, I literally ate clean to a T, counted everything, exercised hardcore all the effing time, and you're telling me all I had to do was enjoy my damn food and not move as much? And I finally started getting a butt, and my thighs got a little bit more definition, and like then when I started working out again, I was able to lift and I felt good in the gym, and like my body was just like so happy. It was like, yeah, girl, like, let's do this again. Let's try it. I trust you. So, yeah, and now I'm back at the point where I cannot do that. I actually tried to work out on Tuesday, and which was yesterday, and I was looking forward to my workout all day long. Like, I wanted that time to myself, and I just planned on doing a couple of things, no more than really like a half hour, 40 minutes, and then get out of there. And by that time when it came, I was not into it. I started getting a headache. Excuse me. My body didn't like feel good while doing it, and I was like, man, this sucks. But again, like, this isn't just my journey. This is mine and my baby's journey. So like, I don't really know what's going on in there. But obviously, if there's things that, she needs, or, whatever, I don't know. So I just am at the point where, okay, like, I'll go home and take the dog for a walk. You just roll with it. Because the thing is when you start stressing yourself out about that stuff, or you start like pushing yourself through workouts or things like that, that's when things get dangerous and addictive, and like not moving from a place of self-love and like, just wanting to move your body. So, yeah. So yeah, back to the whole thing that we were talking about was weight gain. Weight gain was scary. Luckily, I did not have to get rid of too many of my clothes. There was really no point in my recovery where I felt disgusted with myself. Even when my belly was at its biggest, I was still okay with myself, and I'm thankful for that. I really am. So like I said, you probably will overshoot. You probably will need to for your body to trust you again to start cycling. And then just naturally, your body will shed weight that it doesn't need, still while you're consistently eating, your foods. And then it'll return to where it's comfortable, where it feels like it's at its safe place. So my biggest word of advice to you is, when you get your period, that does not mean that you can go back ham in the gym like you used to. It does not mean that you are now going to start cutting your calories to lose the weight that you needed to gain to recover. No. You need to sit at that weight. You still need to have rest days and be okay with them in order to continue that recovery, in order to get another period, in order to fix your infertility, in order to get that positive pregnancy test. Like, you need to do that. It's hard because I instantly felt healed when I got my first period. I was like, yes, back in the gym. And then I started restricting again a little bit, and I was like, wait a second, no. Like, I just got here. My body just started to trust me. Now is not the time to F with it. Let it do its thing. continue what you've been doing all along to get here, because you are so strong. You are so strong to be going through this. And when you come out on the other side, you're going to be even stronger. So, the weight gain is scary. Yes. But it's worth it. And honestly, like I said, I honestly got so many more compliments as I was gaining weight when I was at my highest weight, because of the fact that like I didn't look like a sick, skinny board. I started filling out and I started actually having boobs, which was nice. Like, never had those before at 109 pounds. And started kind of like looking a little bit more like a woman. That's not to say that skinny girls do not look like women. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that for myself, that 109 pounds, 113 pounds, 118 pounds, those didn't look good on my body, okay? So gaining the weight that, was necessary for me to heal actually suited me well, and people noticed that. So don't take it as a negative thing. It could be a very positive experience. And just think, you can enjoy all the fucking food you want. Like, I had, like I told you, Ben and Jerry dates on the couch with my husband. Like, memories I will never forget. And, like, so many flavors that I was just like, oh, so amazing. And, like, I allowed myself to try, like, flavored peanut butters and flavored English muffins and, like, bagels. So, like, there is so much to gain. Don't think about what you're losing by gaining weight, okay? You're gaining weight, sure. But you're gaining life, you're gaining memories, you're gaining food and dates and just like, mental capacity. It's gonna be fun. In the beginning, it's not, but it will be fun. And you'll have hard times, you'll have easy times. It's gonna be up and down, roller coasters, but it's all worth it. And like I said, I am always here to support you. My one-on-one coaching is Healthy AF. So you can find that on my Instagram of what that includes. Feel free to DM me if you would like to work with me. We'll find a sustainable plan that is tailored to you and your lifestyle. Not Sally down the street, not Betty up the hill, you. Because you're one of a kind and you deserve that. So, if you have any questions, again, about like weight gain, foods that I ate, things like that, feel free. Again, I'm an open book, message me, and don't be scared. You've got this, okay? You can do it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.